Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another day of May I Scraplift You. Today I am scraplifting the very talented Sarah Miller House, and her Instagram handle is Sarah Miller House Creates. This was one that she did for Fancy Pants and I really liked it, so I'm doing something very similar. I have chosen a floral paper here from Paige Evans, and then I am going to choose this dark green color and the striped one that you see at the bottom there. These I believe are, I know the green one is also from Paige Evans. I'm not sure about that striped one. I think it is too, but I'm sure we'll see that as we get a little closer here and reveal what that paper actually looks like. Or maybe not, because it looks like it's out of my scrap bin. Anyway, the paper, I'm just tearing it kind of in a similar fashion as what she's got. She's got like a really rugged V shape going on, and I am tearing it, and then I'm using my edge distress tool from some assemblage required to go ahead and rough up those edges a bit more. And I'm liking how that's looking. Mine is not going to be exactly like hers. She's got a little bit more of an arch going than what I'm going to end up with, but that's okay. You know, these are really jumping off points, not really something that you have to do exactly like the other person. And I really like what my outcome is. Sorry guys, I'm super tired today, so I'm stumbling over my words. I did cut off a little bit of that white reveal when it ends up tearing the paper in half with the grain, and you get that really big white border. I didn't really want it that big, so I just kind of cut that off using my scissors, and then I roughed up the edges. Now I am using a piece of white paper. It is Daisy White from Close to My Heart. And I am going to use some yellow here from a couple of different places. I've got that little yellow pot is Daffodil from Shimmers, and then I do end up using a little bit of the yellow out of the pans there, and those are from, and I always butcher the name. It's like Gonzai Tambi or Tambi or something like that. Off of I got those off of Amazon. So I am just creating my mixed media portion here, much like she's got. Hers is red, mine is yellow. Not really sure how much I want to put in there. I do want to have some highs and lows of the yellow. I want some really dark and some really light, just like she's got going on. And so that is why I'm using the two different colors. The one out of the pan is a little bit more mustardy than the other one, and I like the way that it's looking. So now that it's dry, I did sprinkle some splatter across there as well in the yellow, and now it's dry, so I'm going to go ahead and mark where I want my papers or where they need to be cut. I'm going to glue them together here to start with, so I don't end up messing up where they are supposed to be aligned. Once I glue those down, and then I will go through and cut them. And I am just ripping off a little bit of the edge here. I know my photos might cover up that point, and I'm okay with that. This layout is very similar to the one that I did when I scrap lifted Debbie Tarani, where it has all of the or the majority of the pattern paper and everything up at the top with a similar type of arch, and that is okay. I don't mind that because I am actually using another photo from that exact same day, so I thought it looked kind of cool. I used a butterfly on that photo, and this one is of my niece, and above her head there is a butterfly. It's a little bit hard to see in the photo. It's a bit camouflaged, but it is a yellow and black and green butterfly, and it is from the same butterfly habitat. And so I wanted to document that, and I thought these colors were just perfect for it since there's so much yellow in what I'm working with, and that butterfly is yellow. You might be able to see it a little bit more in the close-ups, but I really like the way that this ends up looking. I'm just taking these scraps, and I'm thinking I'll go ahead and back my photo with these scraps to give a nice border around it. I do already have that white border. I backed the photo with white because I did end up trimming it down. This was printed at Shutterfly, I believe, and it was a true 4x6. and there was a lot of extra space around the outside because there's so much greenery in that photo. And had I printed it at home, I probably would have zoomed in more and printed it with her and the butterfly bigger and cut out a lot of that outside space. But since it was already printed, I decided to go ahead and use it. And I am just backing it with all of these pieces of the leftover patterned paper, and I end up liking the way that that looks. I am distressing all of those edges, as you see there, using the distress tool from Assemblage Required again. And then this is like a drafting brush. I think it was my dad's or something. Maybe it was my brother's that he used in a class way back in the day. It's been around at our house forever, and I just use that to clean my desk off. And now I am just fussy cutting out a bunch of the flowers from this Paige Evans paper. I don't make you watch me cut out everything because that would be, it's very time consuming. But the idea is when you do use the scissors to fussy cut, you're not moving the scissors nearly as much as you would think. You're really moving the paper. The scissors, once in a while they do go back and forth, but for the most part, they are just opening and closing, and you move the paper. So there I've cut out a bunch of the florals. I really like how that looks. She's got a lot of florals in hers. Hers go the opposite direction than mine, and that is totally okay. I don't mind that at all. My title is going to be Dream. I'm going to leave that blue piece from the ephemera pack from this Paige Evans collection, and that is going to be my title. I do like this little piece that says Beautiful Day, so I'm thinking about using that somewhere. I also do end up using that wood circular piece that says Love in red, and I don't know where that is from, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and use all those pieces. I did pop a couple of things up onto some foam tape, and namely, like, think this red flower ends up getting popped up. Oh, maybe not. I spoke too soon. But I do end up popping up a couple of things onto foam tape just to give a little added dimension, as you see there. So it's very common for me to end up popping the end of the foliage up onto foam. I don't want it to be flat against the page. I want it to have some dimension like it is actually foliage. And so that is a pretty normal thing if you watch my videos all the time. So now I'm just playing around with where I want these really pretty clusters to go. I'm a little bit sad that it's covered up so much of the mixed media, but really I'm not gonna like cry about it or anything. I do wish some of the more of the mixed media showed, but that is the nature of the beast, you guys. It just is that way. When you are doing mixed media, a lot of it gets covered up, and that's okay. It still adds to the overall design. If I hadn't added that yellow mixed media, it would look pretty bare underneath that striped paper, and so it's definitely worth the time and the effort to do it, because it really does change the look of everything. And then if you cover a bunch of it up, that's totally okay. If you knew exactly where your photos and all of that was going to be, you could skip doing the mixed media in that portion because it's going to get covered anyway. In this case, I probably knew it, but it's not that much that I was worried about it. So if it was a large area, then I might have marked off where my photos were going to make sure that I just did around that area. Okay, so that piece that I just put down with the acrylic block over it, that is on foam tape, so that's giving some more dimension. And this word Dream is definitely going to have a little bit of foam underneath it as well, because a portion of it is already raised up, and then I don't want it to be kind of lopsided where one is, like the D is attached to the background of the paper, and then the end of the word is popped up, so I definitely needed to go ahead and take care of that. I really liked that piece that said Beautiful Day, so I cut it off the bottom of that little frame and tucked it in up top, and I like the way that that's looking. And now I am just adding some little phrase stickers from the sticker pack that goes with one of the Paige Evans collections, and I apologize, I don't know right off the top of my head which collection that is, because I've got a couple of them, a couple of the ephemera packs set aside here, so I'm not really sure which one that was actually from. And then I'm just adding some enamel dots to kind of finish things off in yellow. And I really like how that looks as well, just adding a different kind of texture and a different kind of vibe to it. I'm going to add a couple of white ones and a couple of yellow ones. And that is going to pretty much do it, I'm pretty sure. While I finish that off, don't forget there are a bunch of people playing along with May I Scraplift You. All of their links are, not all of their links, there is one link down below that is a playlist that includes all of the videos that have been released to date. So thank you, Crystal Barrett over at Pineapple Papers, for setting all of this up. This is her series, and I highly encourage you to go and give her a little bit of love for all of the work that she has done to put this together. So thank you, Crystal, for doing that. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this daffodil shimmers product over this layout to kind of finish it off, and I think that pretty much takes care of it, you guys. Oh my goodness, it doesn't. I actually did this layout a couple weeks ago, and I don't even remember obviously what I did, but I do have these sticky backed iridescent sequins. I'm adding a few of those for a little added shine. And then I think that's it. Let's hope that's it, because I don't remember doing anything else. While I finish that off, let me remind you also to go and check out Sarah Miller House Creates. She is amazing. She's got a lot of beautiful stuff. If you really like bright, bold colors, that is really her style. And I pretty much love everything that she does. So go check her out on Instagram. She does design for several teams, and you will not be disappointed. Go and give her a little bit of love as well. Thanks again for spending time with me, you guys, and for bearing with my horrible voiceover. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love a thumbs up, and I would also appreciate if you would subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I release videos several times throughout the week, and you'll get a notification if you hit that bell down below each time that I release a video. Thanks again for spending time with me. I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video, so come back then. Bye-bye.